Hello.
Hello?
Hi. Rishik, right? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Completely. Hi, welcome to the class, Rishik. I think it's the first
Thank
time that
you.
we are meeting, are we? So, would you mind telling me a little about yourself?
Yeah. Mm. My name is Rishik. I am in 10th
Nice.
grade. I'm from Chennai.
Oh, good.
My hobbies are to draw, watch TV, read stories, and I like to skate.
Like to skate. Okay, but you're wearing yellow and whistle podu of yellow, right? Chennai Super Kings. Are you a follower of Chennai Super Kings? That's why. Are you wearing yellow?
Uh, no,
It's not that
uh,
reason. Okay.
not a big
Okay.
fan.
You're not a big fan of cricket, do you?
Yeah,
Are you?
I
Okay.
like to play, but I don't like to watch cricket. If it's a
Okay.
live match, I like to watch, but
Mhm.
I'm not a big fan of cricket.
Not a big fan. Yeah, it is exciting. It is an exciting sport. Moreover, over the years, it has also become a glamorous one. That's also there. Right. Okay, fine. Now tell me, like, is there any question in your mind that you would like to ask before we get started?
Um, where are you from?
Oh, I didn't introduce myself. Sorry, where are my manners? My name is Vipul, and I am a personality development trainer by profession. I come from the holy land of Uttarakhand, Devbhoomi Uttarakhand, as we call it here, with love and pride. And
Oh,
my basic job is to visit. Yeah, I have my own company actually, and I
oh,
go to different schools, college. Yeah, nothing big like that. So,
okay.
schools, colleges, and companies to train people there individually and in groups also. But I don't get individual access into the lives of people. That is why I joined Clapping also, because I'm currently working on a couple of books. One of the books is related to interactions that I have with people. So yeah, I'm just writing down everything that I'm seeing nowadays. That's what my job
Okay.
is. That's one of my jobs. Yeah.
All the
Any
best with the
any
book.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Yeah. And maybe if we get in touch, I'll send a copy to you whenever it is ready. Although I'm a very indisciplined writer, whenever it comes out, I'll send it to you. Yeah. So
Okay.
anything that you would like to ask apart from this? Any questions?
Mm, no.
But I would like to ask you about your school life. How many of the Clapingo tutors have already spoken to you regarding that?
School life, I think two or three
Two or three.
tutors
What
have,
sort of questions were asked? If you can just tell me.
what is your school routine?
Yeah.
It's basically what is your school routine, and
Did
yeah,
someone
that's
ask about
the,
education system? What do you dislike about school? What do you like about school? Any such questions?
yeah, they have asked,
They've already.
yeah.
Okay. Any particular story that comes to your mind when you think about school? You're in grade 10th. You have, I think, studied there for more than 10 years now. So, any one experience that you think, okay, it's not in good taste? Tell me.
Mm, when I think about it, the only thing pops up is that when I was in sixth grade, I it was during the time when I was going to write a science exam, and just uh, 2 to 3 days back before the exam, I lost my book.
Oh my God.
So
Drastic.
we were searching for it everywhere throughout the whole school. We asked about it with many teachers,
Okay.
and
Was it your
I
notebook? I'm
think
sorry, I'm cutting your story. Was it your notebook
no
that was lost?
textbook.
Textbook was lost. Okay.
Yeah, we ransacked the whole school, and we could not find it. When we were about to buy a new book, uh, another teacher was having my book apparently, so she handed over
Oh,
to me just 2 days before the exam.
sweet. Okay.
That's the only
And
thing
you remember,
I
okay.
had in my
Any
mind.
fight that you had with some teacher, any argument or anything?
Argument? No,
Never.
I have not have an argument with any teacher, and I would not like. to have an argument with any teacher.
Actually, the school that I come from, I know schools have changed dramatically now, but
Yeah.
the school that I come from, because my father was in the Indian Air Force, so we always got that environment of English and communication skills. All those things were a part of my life. Now, yeah, when I came out of that environment, when he took his retirement, then I was sent to a school which was outside the airbase, so it was
Okay.
different for me. So I thought English medium schools are English medium schools. You have to speak English there, and because we came from that environment, so it was quite natural. Now, when I started speaking English, so some of my friends got offended and they complained it to their parents. Their parents came to fight in the school and said that this guy tries to show off his communication skills. And I
Okay.
was, I was shocked. I thought, what do you mean? Can't I speak in English in a convent school, English medium convent school? So then the principal called me and asked me to not speak in English for a couple of weeks or maybe 3 weeks. Yeah, the principal did that. That's the irony about
Oh.
Indian schools. Can you believe that? That was the scenario earlier. Yeah, these situations were there. So I had to come out of that environment, and then
Okay.
to be able to speak is something immense. Earlier it used to be really big. Nowadays communication skills are not very difficult to be inherited. By the way, I feel that you get that environment, right? You get people who you can speak to.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't get the right people to speak to, and people would correct you just by saying, okay, it sounds correct, and sometimes if they would say it does not sound correct, they would not have the right rule behind it.
Yeah.
Then you can get degraded also sometimes. Any next up, it's about schooling only. Like I never got hold of this subject that is chemistry,
Oh.
and when I was in grade ninth, I was very curious to know why do we learn this subject. So nobody explains it, right? I don't know if in your school it happens or not, but in my school nobody explained why to study mathematics. I always had these questions in my mind. So someone told me that when you earn well, so to count your money, you would need mathematics. So I said, okay, then I'm fine with it. Right? I'll learn
Oh.
that. But chemistry, I never got any reason. So once I asked my teacher, she was teaching us how to balance equations. So some molecule from this part to that part,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that was so disturbing. I thought I'm not going to be a scientist someday. I want to go into the commerce sector. Why do I have to learn chemistry? So I asked her, why do we balance equations? I did not ask why do we learn chemistry because she would have said that just learn it so that you can get good marks and then you can go for commerce. Right?
Yeah.
So I asked her, why do we need to balance equations? Why do we learn how to balance equations at this stage in life? So her answer was very much interesting. It was not a verbal answer, it was a physical answer. She held me
Oh.
by the collar and threw me outside the class. And I never understood why that happened. I was so innocent, I just asked the question and she did not like the question. Do you think some questions are unanswerable in classes? Your thoughts on it, please.
Unanswerable questions in classes.
Or anything that comes to your mind regarding this incident that I just shared.
Anything? No, I don't have any.
You don't have anything to this. Okay. So, yeah, like, do you think in mind that all the teachers that teach in your school should have answers to all the questions that are asked to them? And if they are not giving those answers, do you think there are any less teachers or they're less talented?
They should have answers basically for everything, as they are teaching for many students under them.
Yeah.
If they are not able to answer, it's not that they are less knowledgeable. Knowledge is something we daily improve and we can learn a lot. So, and we students have many questions that even many of
Yes.
them don't know. Even most of the scientists don't know the answer. The questions are like that sort in my school. Yeah, I don't think they are not less knowledgeable, but they should know the answers for quite everything.
I think memory and knowledge are two different things, right? When we expect our teachers to remember everything, I think that's unfair. When we expect them to know everything, that's fine. But remembering things is a different ballgame, right? You can't remember everything.
Yeah.
Okay. On that note, yeah, I'll ask you a question. It's more like a debate. I'll counter you and you also counter me. Okay. Feel free. Yeah. The question is, India is developing a lot into space research, right? We see that happening time and again. I think I was just in seventh standard or in sixth standard when I drew a painting. I was not very good at drawing things, but that thought came to my mind, and then I wrote a poetry about it. But that painting actually just showed that a spaceship was going into the space, entering into the
Okay.
orbit, and then besides the space station, there was a big slum out of which there was a hut, and some people were living there, and they did not have food on their plates, but they were looking at the spaceship, right? So it means what's more important to first of all eradicate poverty or to send people to space. So because these manned missions or unmanned missions are so costly, it can fill the stomachs of many people in India, and there are many people who still sleep
Yeah.
without adequate diet, who don't get one square meal. Have you heard of
Yeah.
this term, one square meal? One square meal.
1 square meal. Uh, I think it's related that they don't get all the 3 times the day their
You can say
meals.
adequate diet, adequate nutrition or diet. That's
Okay.
called one square. Okay. So, what do you think? What's more important for us to send people to space or to first of all eradicate poverty? What would you select?
Uh, I think we should first eradicate poverty because it's more important than going to outer space. And it is also important, but the eradication of poverty takes higher priority.
Mhm.
Um, 1 minute.
No problem. Take your time. No hurry.
So, if there's still poverty on our land, what are we going to do in other planets? There,
Mhm.
we we will just searching for other alternatives to live on, and if there are no people to live, it's just a waste of time because poverty may lead to severe diseases. The people who live in slums, they might get
Mhm.
affected with severe diseases, and it may lead to their death. And
Mhm.
the human population may decrease. So, what is the use of searching another planet or another alternative for living if there are no people to live on?
Okay. So I read a poetry and the same title was there. Not the title, there was a line which was "Victory with no survivors." I think same is happening between Ukraine and Russia. Maybe
Yeah,
Russia would be victorious, but there won't be any survivors to celebrate that victory, I believe.
yeah,
Okay, you gave a very absolute answer, Rishik. And with whatever little or more experience I've had in life, I can guide you on one thing. Never go for any absolute answer. Whenever you go for an absolute answer, you always land on some trouble because
yeah.
people would trouble you with the other side. If you have picked a side that no, first of all, eradicate poverty, there's no point going to space, and that's sheer waste of money and all. Think about all those people who are paying taxes, who are not poor, right? See, people are poor because of their own deeds also, and then there
Yeah,
are circumstances which keep them poor for a long time. Our
yeah,
politicians and different bad policy making, everything. But it does not mean that people are not to be blamed. People who are poor are also to be blamed because they maybe even after given so much of opportunities, they did not make well. Okay, maybe they are used to going for freebies. I'm just saying there is a part of the society. I'm not saying every poor person is like that. No. Having said that, don't you think if you stop sending missions to the moon or space, it would be very unfair on the part of people who actually pay a lot of taxes and want those missions to happen? Maybe space exploration can bring us new technology which can be sold to different countries, and then maybe with the copyright money we can feed all the people very easily. What do you think?
um,
That's trouble, right?
yeah,
Can you pick a side?
yeah. That's a valid point,
Mhm.
but I still stick on eradicating poverty because if we use
Mhm.
the tax money that the people are paying, we can use it to improve the poverty. After
Mhm.
their improvement, they might also go to work and add the money to which
Mhm.
after that, we may go to the exploration of outer space. So if we eradicate poverty first, we may just increase the amount of value or the money spending, because they will be an employee, and they will also contribute for the project. So I still stick on eradicating poverty.
Read this line.
Life doesn't happen in extremes; it happens in the gray area.
It happens in the gray area. So it's a very famous quotation said by someone I'm forgetting.
Okay.
But a beautiful quotation. Actually, yeah, it was said by Gautam Buddha, right? So Gautam Buddha said this. He said that life does not happen in extremes. You can't just anytime pick a side. It happens in the gray area. See, when you approach any such question or any such dilemma, right? You should start with one such line, right? You can't just pick one side here. You should say life does not happen. See, I don't believe in picking sides. I think life does not happen in extremes. It happens in the gray area, and all of us live in that gray area. That gray area is of confusion. That gray area is full of dilemma, but we have to live through it. Same as this question, right? Then approach it. Okay. I'm just trying to give you a better way to approach a question so that it sound better. Okay. Then even if you want to pick a side in between, you can do that. Eradicating poverty obviously is a more emotional statement to make and a more sensible statement also. But don't you think we can continue with both the things together? Don't you think that we can maybe make more efficient, cost efficient missions like we're currently doing? We sent this, I think, Mangalyaan at a cost of what, under $100 million, and some movies, some Hollywood movies maybe are made at even a higher cost, right? So it means we are doing wonderfully well in that sector. At the same time, India is also being able to feed many people now because we are providing free rations. Seek such examples, right? I'm just trying to put in that point in your mind. That when you grow, then you look at both the sides. You got, because after some point you would also be a taxpayer, and you would want the money that you're paying to the government to be spent in one such way, right? Maybe some people are interested in space exploration, and maybe they have a different point of view about solving poverty, maybe, right? Because we live in a democracy, you can't just undermine someone's point like that. Okay. One advice, right? Unsolicited one, but I wanted to give it to you.
It's okay. Thank you.
No problem. Next debate. I think I'll just confuse you a lot with some of the topics, but these are good topics, so that your brain starts running into that direction also. Okay. What do you think? Books are better than television? Give me an honest response. Okay. Books are better than television.
Honestly, or my
opinion? You tell me whatever your opinion is. I'm not asking for anything. What do you mean? Would you tell the people that, no, do you want an honest opinion, or should I make one opinion? Don't do that. Right? Give the opinion. That's it.
I think TV is a better alternative because while we read, we just read the lines and we can't picture it. And if we are learning for any exams, if you read it, it will just fade away after a few 2 to 3 weeks. But if you visualize it while you're seeing it, it will be engraved in your mind. It will stay for a longer time, and you will also feel good. You can see, hear, and it feels good while watching.
Right. That's a valid point. Yes. And also, it's one more thing that TV came in as an advancement to reading, right? So people could not picturize things. Now it has become easier for them to picturize or visualize. And obviously, it's more interesting. Who does not want to see colors on their screen, right? And you don't get those colors on a book or in a book. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Although I am a person who is more interested into reading, because I think if I had to counter this point, I would have said, because to ignite creativity, you should read. and not watch, because when you watch, you have a very narrow-minded approach.
Yeah.
The red color is what kind of red is visible on the screen. When I hear red color, it can be 100 kinds of red colors. Now it's
Yeah.
on me to decide which one to go for. I'm nitpicking right now, but I'm trying to tell you that they can be a counter to anything. Okay, but nicely said, by the way. Very nicely kept your point. Okay, are you liking it? Should we go for one more? One more such situation?
Okay.
Fair enough. If you find it boring, just tell me, Vipul, this is stupid. Let's go for something else. Okay.
I like it.
Great, great. Are uniforms important in school? You are in grade 10th. You must have had this thought in mind that I would someday want to go in my best clothes. So tell me, are uniforms important?
Yes, I think it's
Why do
important.
Western countries not follow this thing? Why do they go for no uniforms to school?
Um, I think the point is it's also due to I I think it's poverty because if a student of higher status wears very fashionable dress and
Hmm.
which is not affordable by the middle class or
Which is not a
uh,
yeah.
so the student of the lower class might get affected and he will not go to school and his emotions may be damaged. So to keep a uniformity,
Hmm.
disparity.
Yeah, I'm just telling you a word that you can use in between. So
Oh,
if there's no uniform, it creates some disparity,
okay.
right? Yeah, yeah. Differences.
So so a student from higher status wears a very costly dress and shows off, while a student of lower status he will
Yeah.
not be able to afford it, and
Hmm.
he will get emotionally damaged, and he might just, according to his mind, he might just stop studying. So to keep uniformity and stability in school, uniforms are important. I think that's the point.
You're right. You're fairly right. Yeah, but the question stands there. Why don't the Western countries think about it? Maybe are they more progressive than us? What do you think?
Mm,
Because I don't think these things happen with the dress. I think it happens from here and not from here, right? So, what do you think about it? I think this disparity and discrimination starts from here. If we
yeah,
feed good moral values, then I don't think this would happen, right? What do you
yes,
think?
yes. Uh,
Tell me. Counter my point. Just defeat my point. Come on, you can do it. I know. Come on, do it. I would love if you defeat me there. Come on.
mm. I think Western countries are little ahead of above us. Um,
Mm-hmm.
they don't discriminate a lot, but in our countries, the students are very different.
Mm-hmm.
They bully each other.
Mm-hmm.
They get into a fight. Mostly,
Mm-hmm.
the students of higher status picks on the
Mm-hmm.
lower guys and bully
Mm-hmm.
them, make them their errand boy, and they will take advantage of him.
You're
While
right.
in Western countries, they don't. I think they don't do such a thing.
It's slightly wrong over there, by the way. I'll just stop you there.
Okay.
In Western countries like US and UK, racism is at its peak. They are facing the worst time of racism right now. You know
Oh,
that whole movement that started with the name Black Lives Matter. So it happened because, yeah, I don't know if you followed it or not, but it happened, I think 1 year ago it started and still happening. That
okay.
because if just by the color of the skin, they are discriminating. So
Yeah.
it means they really need this uniform because yeah, they have certain set of mindset for black people and for white people. That's sad. That's sad that I'm using these words in the class, but it
Yeah.
is there.
Yeah.
They always say when Barack Obama becomes the president of the United States, so they say that he's the first black president. Come on, why do you want to do that? Right? What do you want to show to the world? Right? That's sad, very very sad.
Yeah.
And what's black and white, right? Come on. So the game of chess and everything, that's so racist. Okay, the way it's treated, it's racist. and these things
Yeah.
should be at once. Fine, but I take your point that it brings uniformity, as the name suggests, uniformity.
Mm.
I think the session is going to end anytime. It was very lovely meeting you, and I hope you felt the same. And would love
Thank
to meet you
you.
again.
It was lovely. Thank you.
Wonderful kid, and do well in life. All the best.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Same to you.